Okay guys and girls, I'm almost done just doing dinner. So I'm just putting my vegetables, carrots, potatoes, swede and onions. 968 days. Yeah, 968 days into my Slimfast diet and plan. Definitely keeping the weight off as well. That's the most important thing as well, guys and girls, to keep the weight off. It's easier losing weight, but trust me, it's actually harder to keep it off. That's why I just eat one meal a day, plus my breakfast in the morning. Right, this is 1946 episodes into the Slimfast dieting plan. So I'm going to be putting my baked beans on. Just get my mum's jacket potato, and all she's after is just butter and all that. Had a few sandwiches today, so it's just having something a bit lighter. And get that out. I've come so far as well, quite far now, not some far, but, or so far, but I've come quite far distance now on my journey into this Slimfast dieting plan. And I'm just trying to keep it all off, trying to look good, feel good, and just try and drive myself a little bit even further to try and get a lot more healthier. And then I've got one of my potatoes. I love these potatoes. Mm. Mm. Back in a minute, guys and girls. And actually it's a good thing, guys and girls, actually have a drink of water, or some water, before eating foods and all that. And also afterwards as well. Helps it digest it into the system a lot better, a bit quicker. And then you can help burn more calories off a bit quicker as well. What I tend to do, is that I either try and eat before 6, or just a little after 6. It's in between 6:30 that you can eat something, and then anything after that 18 hours, just the burning process starts kicking in. So you start burning off your calories. But they reckon, some people reckon that you basically don't burn calories at night time. That's why you should actually do exercise at night time. I suppose it's the way process works on different people. Different theories, different methods for different people. I prefer just actually trying to burn the calories off at night time and all that. Actually, sleeping is good at night time as well, it's good to go sleep early because you can burn your calories a lot quicker. Because when you're sleeping, your body's still awake, technically does all the processing while you're sleeping. So that's why it just kills off all the calories. Makes you lighter in the morning. That's why sometimes when you go to the toilet in the morning and you start weighing yourself afterwards, which actually is a bad thing if you keep constantly like weighing yourself and all that, because then you could get anxiety, stress and all that, because then you'll be wondering, well, yesterday I was gone up, then I lost it today, and then tomorrow I end up putting it back on, but I've gone up double. Thing is, the body goes up and down, so it's on a sort of like one of these sort of trams, really, goes up and down like a yo-yo. That's the only thing. That's why people shouldn't actually start weighing themselves every single day. I actually had that sort of theory before. When I started out, I kept weighing myself nearly every day, and the best thing of it, I haven't done it for like about a year. I haven't weighed myself for like almost about a year. Just stopped it completely. I just know, in fact, that I've lost weight because you kind of feel your own body. You actually kind of get used to knowing your own body. And when you get to know your body and you know that you put muscle and you put all this work in, and you know that you're burning off, and especially my hips as well. I've noticed my actual jeans I'm wearing right now are like less tight on me than they used to be. I could just put my hand right round and they just slip on absolutely easy and all that. And that's a medium size. I'm trying to get a bit smaller, and when you start decreasing the amount of weight you're putting on, so you take all the weight off, your hips get smaller, and that means then you can start actually wearing, because it burns off calories everywhere part of your body. So your buttocks, your arms, your legs, your shoulders start losing weight, and then you start putting muscle. Then is muscle weighs more than fat as well, so that's what you've got to try and adequate as well. When you're burning calories and you're burning the fat, you're actually also burning muscle. So you've got to try and balance the two and all that. That's what I try and do now. Is I don't do as much running. I do a little bit of running or walking. I'm doing more walking, but I've actually started building up like triple calf muscles on my legs. So my calf muscles are starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's the amount of exercise I'm doing, but it's killing off the fat as well. I've noticed I've still got a bit of fat around the actual legs, but slowly they're starting to decrease, which means it's good because it's actually killing off the actual fat around the legs, and it's starting to turn into pure 100% muscle. And that's what I want. I want to try and get it so it's aesthetically brilliant, and that it looks realistic, like proper decent hard and all that. And a good thing is, what I've noticed, I've got some starting to get veins coming through my legs, and my mum's like starting to worry a little bit, and I said don't need to worry, because what it is, it's sort of like blood flow. When you start putting like sort of veins coming through, when they start coming through your legs slowly, it depends on the situation. You can get like sort of vascular sort of veins coming out, and it's where your muscles are basically starting to pop out a little bit to say hello. That's what I try and say, and it's good because it's the amount of exercise I'm doing on the back of the legs. Also, when I started doing it before, I started getting the muscle. You can actually sometimes see the veins popping through and coming through the arms and all that. Especially if you're doing plenty of like weightlifting anyway and all that. When you're doing too much, you're actually starting to stretch the muscles, which the muscle kind of, the tendon on the muscles start to pump out a little bit. And then you have like sort of the cherry popping muscle comes out. Little veins, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, back in a second, guys and girls. Now, I'm not a doctor or anything, and I don't have like a PhD and stuff, but I have, and they said to me before, when I was losing all this weight, or when I was starting to lose this weight, that I should go to a doctor and all that. But to be honest, I myself, I know that I wanted to lose weight from the start, and because I wanted to lose weight, and I didn't want to really have the help from the doctor, and they'd say, oh, you should be going on a diet and do this. I find, to be honest, that's kind of distracting to me, just to go to the doctors and get all the information. I want to actually learn basically by myself and look after myself by myself in the department of health and safety for my own good. And I'm doing it myself. I'm working myself on it doing all the exercise, I'm eating healthy. Even though it's just 1 meal a day and 1 meal in the morning, which is just my breakfast, so that technically my shake. So you could say it's 2 meals, but spaced over like about 6 to 8 hours. And then the rest of the 18 hours just burning off. So basically you go 6 hours on in between eating and 18 hours off, like not eating. Anyway, so there's mine. There's my corn chicken, my vegetables, my baked beans, and my curry sauce I've got in there as well. My vindaloo, absolutely delicious. And that's pretty much covers this. But yeah, if there's actually, if any of you guys and girls know any ideas as well, any good ideas for exercise or health eating wise to lose more calories. So I'm losing more calories anyway, and I'm burning them off and all that kind of stuff, and I'm trying to build more muscle, so I'm actually weightlifting a bit, not too heavy, because the thing is, my doctors have said not to like do too much weight and put too much pressure on the heart, because I do have bypass problems, which I actually had when I was 3 weeks old and nearly died in the process. So I'm kind of trying to do exercise, but not too much of it, just to try and get my heart racing a little bit. And then when I get my heart racing, and just start to slow down a little bit, and then do a little bit more just to try and keep that pace going. But anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching. Stay safe. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode for today, and I'll see you on the next episode.